a Terminator. It's going swell. We'll play some Ascendency, and then we're gonna play some Mardu decks. We'll work through the donation queue. The donation queue is endless, so I've come to terms with that. We will never be through it. What's going on, Moonlight? Yeah, I think this hand's fine. Needs a dork, but it's got like 2 lands, an Ascendancy, and 2 cantrips. Main deck Leyline, Bogles, Blood Moon deck. Ooh, this is actually, Alright, I'm gonna fetch our basic island here. We could be in trouble if they have a Chalice next turn. Sylvan Caryatid is a perfect draw. I'm gonna bottom both of these just in case they Chalice us next turn. Yeah, likely Sun and Moon. Alright, I just bottomed 2 cards I don't want, so I'm gonna go ahead and play out the Gemstone Mines here. So, yeah, I'm glad people get used out of the YouTube. If they don't Chalice us here, they should be dead next turn. Like, play some kind of lock piece. So you do Ascendancy and combo them. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a little bit punishing for having played the Gemstone Mines, too. Because now my Gemstone Mines is going to be in danger of dying. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab Hollowed Fountain here. Or Steam Vents. I'm going to grab Steam Vents so that way I can cast Manamorphose off of it. The nice thing about Jeskai Ascendancy, although I guess they could Nahiri us, right? They like Nahiri and down tick on my Ascendancy, we're going to be left with a whole lot of nothing here. So, hopefully they don't have Nahiri. The nice thing about having Ascendancy here is that we're going to be able to kind of loot through our deck just by casting it. So when we don't have our creature combo piece, we get to find them fairly quickly on the back of Ascendancy. Oh, big bucks, no Nahiri. Blood Moon would be like a little annoying, but not really the end of the world since we have these Manamorphos in our hand. Chandra, I don't think we really care about that one. Do I want to fetch shock here? No, I drew the Hollowed Fountain, so I'm just gonna start by casting Serum Visions. If we hit a Fate Stitcher here, we could potentially kill them this turn. Birds of Paradise, that's exactly what we're looking for. Alright, since I hit the Birds of Paradise, I'm probably going to just discard... I'm going to discard the Misty Rainforest still. We'll cast the bird off of this. Second Ascendancy. Abundant Growth. I think I want to bottom here. I think we're going to silence my opponent next turn. And, like, hope they don't Chandra my bird. I'm going to cast this. We'll loot. I'm going to bin this extra silence. Hit this. Looking for Fate Stitcher at this point. Okay, we hit a Sylvan Caryatid, which is pretty good. It means I can't silence, but... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play the Caryatid since they can't kill that with Chandra. And then we're hoping to dodge a Sweeper or a Nahiri. I don't know, there might be merit to just like bird plus silence, because maybe they don't kill the bird anyways because they undervalue it, but I think this is right. Ensnaring Bridge, we don't care about that card. Don't care about that card. Alright, sweet. Hopefully our opponent is dead here. Hopefully our opponent is dead. So, another Ascendancy is actually a great hit here because it means we're going to get to loot through our deck and power up our creatures very quickly. So, red, blue, white, cast this other Ascendancy. Love to loot. Discard the silence. And now, every time we cast a 1-mana spell, we net a mana since we get 2 untap triggers. Another mana, untap again, draw discard, yep. Oh, they have Leyline as well. We'll just need 2 Glittering Wishes. Yeah, someone said something about 2 Glittering Wishes. I was like, no, that's not true, but we do in fact need 2 Glittering Wishes because they have the Leyline as well. We have arbitrarily large amounts of mana at this point, basically. So have I cast a Glittering Wish yet this game? I've not. I'm probably going to be able to see enough cards in order to basically do whatever we want this game. So I think this first Glittering Wish is probably going to end up getting us a Scar Scale Ritual, unless we hit a Nagging Thoughts on this turn here. Untap this, make white, untap this again. Noxious Revival. I don't need Manamorphose at this point because this nets us mana, but this gives us more selection, and mana's not going to be our bottleneck this game. We have plenty of mana because we have 2 copies of Jeskai Ascendency. This is one of the reasons why I really like this deck too, is because we have Glittering Wish in our main deck, we're able to fight through a lot of these hate cards where like Storm and other combo decks game 1 might be a little bit locked out. This is gonna grab Scar Scale Ritual. We're just gonna have more than enough. We should be able to see more than enough cards this game to draw through our entire deck to guaranteed get to 2 more copies of Glittering Wish. I'm actually not going to loot here because I don't want to loot through cards that I might want at this point. And I'm going to have more than enough loots to see everything in my deck. Do you need help, Jacob? Alright, so now we're going to get our loot on. Since I have a bad card in my hand. Yep, I have another bad card in my hand, so we'll loot again. This happened. We're just looking for Glittering Wishes at this point. Don't need these Fate Stitchers or the Sylvan Caryatid. For Glittering Wish. I guess not looting might punish us here. There's a world where we brick off, right? We've hit a lot of bricks here in a row. Yeah, we get to see a lot more cards here, so we should be okay. It's Bird's Paradise. Alright. Well, we're getting kind of low here. I would like to loot. Discard that. I would like to loot. Discard that. Found a Glittering Wish. Perfect. I'm going to bottom a Manamorphose. Just looking for Glittering Wish at this point. Make a white. Cast this Glittering Wish. Alright, untap this. Make another green. Untap this. Get our loot on. Looking for another Glittering Wish. Alright, now we're done looting. Draw a card with Jeskai Ascendency. No. We'll use this. We'll get Wear Tear out of my sideboard here. We don't have an infinite combo in our deck. Some of these decks play an infinite combo, but I'm not playing an infinite combo in this variation because I don't think you need it. You just end up killing them without it most games. Like this game. Like this game's a great example. Like I didn't need to go infinite to kill my opponent, right? Like there's your Wear Tear. So I'll go ahead and cast this Glittering Wish. So we have 2 different ways we can kill our opponent. We can kill our opponent by attacking them with Fate Stitchers if they don't have something like an Ensnaring Bridge out. When they do have an Ensnaring Bridge out, we get to Glittering Wish for Flesh Blood, which deals damage equal to our creature's power directly to our opponent. Everyone enjoyed that, right? I know I did. No. No. Say no, we don't want to redirect to Chandra. I would like to kill my opponent instead. Just don't redirect, exactly. Alright, so This is not a silence matchup. This is an abrupt decay matchup. Going on, Jet? Yeah, we had someone donate for a Dealer's Choice League this morning, so this is currently my frontrunner for Indianapolis, just because it's kind of obnoxious. I enjoy playing this deck probably far more than I should. If you want to learn more about this deck and read a little bit about some of the stranger interactions in it, you can check out my article on gatheringmagic.com. It's pretty good. Get to fetch our basic island, cast Serum Visions. We're looking for Mana Dorks at this point because Glittering Wish is... What's the word I'm searching for? Glittering Wish gets us a copy of Jeskai Ascendency out of the sideboard. Yeah, I really don't need either of these things. I already have an Abrupt Decay, so I don't need a second just yet. Pass the turn here. Yeah, I imagine it's got to be kind of difficult to play in paper. Is Chalice for one? Nope, just a Blood Moon, sure. We don't really care about Blood Moon because, like, we have all these Manamorphos and stuff like that. I'm not even going to kill it here. Yeah, Fate Stitcher's fine. This Misty Rainforest out past the turn. Maybe I'm going to kill this. I'm not actually sure if I care enough. So Chalice the Void for one? Sure, that one we care about. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cast Manamorphos here. Make green, make black, draw a card. Replicate Chalice of the Void. Cast the Sleight of Hand. Another Sleight of Hand. There's the turn here. We can cast this Fate Stitcher next turn. If you want to read how the combo works, you can go to gatheringmagic.com. I'm just going to get the article. Get the link handy. Where is it? There we go. Read this. Explains the combo nicely. That's a good question, but Unearth Stitcher is a mana ability, so it does not affect it. Alright, so... I am running a little bit low on fixing, so I would like to find a Abundant Growth. It's unfortunate. These actually die if I get rid of the Blood Moon too, right? Yeah, we actually streamed with that this morning. You can find that on my YouTube channel. Do I want to cast this bird or not? I feel like I want to just wait a turn here. I'm going to put a stop on my opponent's upkeep. I'm going to go ahead and diddle their Arid Mesa during their upkeep. In case they draw a land or something to do. Maybe I should have kept the second Abrupt Decay. Possible I should have kept the second Abrupt Decay. Rest in peace. Our combo actually doesn't depend on our graveyard, so that's fine. That sucks. No, yeah, I just think you don't. I just think you hope to dodge the burn matchup. I think hope to dodge is the plan. I kind of want to play my bird, but at the same time, the bird doesn't really help me. Casting the Manamorphos out to cantrip sounds kind of appealing, though. I think I'm going to cast this for green-white and see what we get. Just opt and see what we get. That's the Jeskai Ascendency. Okay, so I'm going to top that. You can actually untap this and then cast this. and then cast this. I think I'm just passing here. If they go land Anger, we're gonna be really sad. The Rest in Peace is annoying just because I can't cast this card. Maybe I'm supposed to board... I'm probably supposed to board Noxious Revival out in this matchup, actually. That's probably what's supposed to happen. Sorcerous Spyglass. Okay, so that's gonna name my Fate Stitcher, I assume. So we're hoping to find some cantrips here or another Mana Morphose. So this is not a mana ability, so they can turn this off. We're looking for just castable spells at this point. Perfect. So, I'm gonna untap my creatures, draw a card. Oh, you know what? I punted. I could have made green or white and then floated with this and then used this island to make blue for this, and then I could have cast the Glittering Wish. That's a pretty big mistake, actually. Okay, we're not getting punished. We drew the opt. So that next time I'm going to do what I just said. So I floated white here, and now we'll untap this using this to cast. So I'd like to loot. Yes. Discard this Noxious Revival. Scry, looking for another castable spell. Sylvan Caryatid. I should be more specific. I meant a non-creature spell. I should have fetched a... I should have made greens, that way I could have made black to destroy this. I would like to loot, yes, draw, discard. That being said, this Glittering Wish gets to go get Wear Tear, so I can destroy this Sorceress. Sorceress, whatever. Where's my Wear Tear? There it is. I don't actually care about this Blood Moon at this point, so I'm just going to fuse this and destroy this and destroy this. Loot. I'd like to draw a discard. Discard this Botanical Sanctum. Hoagland for Never Punished. We get to go white, and then I get to untap this. Then we get to make green, and then I get to cast this Glittering Wish, and now we get to loot this other Fate Stitcher tournament. Like, we could have comboed without taking the Rest in Peace off the table, but like getting the second Fate Stitcher into play lets me combo a little bit faster, which is convenient. I'm gonna grab Scar Scale Ritual here, because it looks like cards might be our bottleneck this game. The biggest problem with Fate Stitcher is that you can't say always yes with it like you can on Magic Online. Like, if I could tell Magic Online to just always yes my Fate Stitchers, it would be so much easier. If I could just say yes, please always do this thing. Draw a card, and then discard a card. I'd like to draw 2 cards. And like, we're getting kind of unlucky here, but we're going to see a lot more cards, so it probably doesn't matter. Float an extra green mana here. Nagging Thoughts, perfect. Exactly what we need. We said cards are going to be our bottleneck, so hitting our Madness card is great. Okay, so in response to these triggers, I'm going to float a bunch of mana here. Your default yes hotkey is 3. I need to do that at some point. I'm actually kind of like, I kind of have a pattern down too, so like I'm marginally worried that like if I like disrupt my flow for how I'm used to playing the deck, I'm going to end up punting it. That's kind of a concern as well. My opponent had enough here? Yeah, they've had enough. All right, sweet. We're 3-0. 3-0. We played the first 2 matches in the league this morning. If you missed those, you can check them out on YouTube later. YouTube.com/Jeff Hoagland. That sweet, sweet mad money. Hey, Sage Phoenix. Life's going swell. One of the reasons why I don't stream this deck a ton, I've been playing it off league, is because I can't really watch chat while I'm playing this deck because the combo takes so long to implement. I'm gonna time out if I'm like trying to keep up on chat and playing this deck. Jake needed a snack really quick. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna play the rest of this league out in a couple more. You want more berries? You want more berries? Yeah, the Marian Crusaders for the Death Shadow and the green-black matchups. So the plan for the disruption heavy matchups, the discard based disruption heavy matchups, is Glittering Wish for Mystic Enforcer, and then board in Marian Crusader and Abrupt Decay, and just like being this crappy control deck that can sometimes combo. So it's not an amazing plan, but it's better than just dying. Shadow's a hard matchup. Maybe. I don't know. No banlist modern, so it's like a giant shit show, so I don't really want to think. I haven't put much thought into it. I'm definitely sleight of handing here. The question is, what land am I getting? I think I'm just getting Hollowed Fountain. Hollowed Fountain, and then sleight of hand. Manamorphose. I have 2 mana creatures, so the Manamorphose is just another cantrip because we're looking for an Ascendency at this point. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to get Breeding Pool because this is going to get a green source, and my only green source is Temple Garden. I guess I could get Breeding Pool. Yeah, I guess I'll get Breeding Pool and then Sylvan Caryatid. Let's do that. This Overgrown Tomb tapped. Probably a green-black X deck. Burn is bad. Humans is hard but winnable. Jeskai Control is an uphill battle but not unwinnable either. You have a lot of good matchups in the format just because like your deck's pretty linear. I think against Abzan I can just fetch Basic Island here or green-black, I just fetch Basic Island here pretty aggressively. I just want to do this, that way I can scry this to the bottom. Another Sleight of Hand. Yeah, I think I'm okay keeping that. It gives me 2 more looks. Looking for Ascendency at this point. I'm going to hold this Sleight of Hand for now and get the other Caryatid into play, because my opponent's pretty likely to play a discard spell next turn, so not actually having the Ascendency in my hand yet is valuable. Liana the Veil. Okay, we're going to lose the Sylvan Caryatid, which kind of sucks. But we get a lot of draws and redraws next turn if they just like Liliana Edict us, so I have a chance to combo them. We already played that Prosperous Knight. Actually, already played it. Played it this morning. It was really bad. It's as bad as it looks. To set the bar low. So I'm gonna start by using Cerulean Wisps here, because if we hit the Ascendancy naturally, that would be ideal. Great, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Manamorphose, making blue-red. Again, just giving myself a chance to draw the Ascendancy so we can start going off. Just drawing a lot of bricks here. Serum Visions. Okay, so I think we're supposed to Sleight of Hand here because it gives us the highest chance of hitting Ascendancy. Another Caryatid. Okay, I guess. Play the Serum Vision, see what we get. Fate Stitcher with Ascendancy on top. I mean, like, this is okay, except for the fact that, like, I don't have any more spells in my hand, which is kind of the downside of burning through... It's kind of the downside of burning through my, my Manamorphose there, trying to set up. I'm really good at flooding out with this deck. We've had, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus, like, 2 other lands we've bottomed, so we had, like, 9 out of 16 lands and, like, 22 cards. Gonna happen sometimes. Tarmogoyf will bin this Fate Stitcher. Hopefully they don't have Abrupt Decay or Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, so they are playing Abzan, so they have Lingering Souls. How many lands are left in our deck at this point? Not many, like Steam Vents and then a few Gemstone Mines. Sylvan Caryatid is blue, dabu dee dabu die. Alright, they get to eat our Fate Stitcher, but like that's really not the end of the world. We don't actually need Fate Stitcher to win the game. So we'll need to play out the Jeskai Ascendency next turn, and then hope that our opponent can't kill it, and that we draw a spell the following turn and get to start comboing. This. Please don't abrupt decay me. Maelstrom Pulse me, or kill my Ascendancy. I guess if they have another Liliana the Veil, we're going to be in trouble too, because they could go Edict, play another one Edict. So we've got a lot of things that hurt us here, especially with the Scavenging Ooze. Okay, them discarding is good for us. Actually great for us. Yeah, hopefully they have minimal decays and pulses in their main deck. Fingers crossed. We do actually we have to do a piece of action next turn too, so like we were looking for like a sleight of hand and opt a Glittering Wish would be insane because it would let us draw 2 cards. Yeah, Abzan usually has less room for decay. I'm gonna fetch the Steam Vents out of our deck so we don't have a chance to draw that, because this deck does see enough of its deck that like fetching to Thin is relevant a lot of the time. Also, I just want another mana producing land just in case. No, this deck's pretty much always played Wish. Even when it had Cruise and Probe, it still played Wish, I believe. Hopefully it's just Flashback, Lingering Souls, pass. That works too. Okay, so can I get a Glittering Wish? We've flooded a lot here, so please give me a hit. Daddy needs something nice for Christmas. Hey, let's combo da boo dee da boo die da boo dee da boo die da boo dee da boo die. Hi. So Glittering Wish is great because it lets us start accumulating cards. We get to grab Scar Scale Ritual here, which lets us draw 2 cards. We also drew another land there, but we're gonna get to loot through that with this as well. So hopefully we could still brick here, but we have a pretty good chance of going off. We're through most of the lands in our deck. Come on, give me 2 spells, please. 2 non-creature spells. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance. All right. What am I doing here? What does this Glittering Wish do for me? I actually don't have to get these things that large to kill them, right? All right. Am I supposed to lead on Glittering Wish here? Because I don't actually have that many extra cards in my hand, which kind of sucks. I don't know if I'm supposed to lead on Glittering Wish or Jeskai Ascendency. My Glittering Wish can't actually cantrip. So I'm probably supposed to lead on Jeskai Ascendency to try and find my way to a Nagging Thoughts. Probably supposed to do this. Yeah, I think we're supposed to lead on the Ascendancy. It also generates, like, mana is not our bottleneck here. Holy God. Mana is not our bottleneck here by any means, but it's nice to have as much as we could ever want. So this gives us what, 4 more loots technically? We threw every land in our deck yet? I feel like we're through almost every land in our deck. Nagging Thoughts. Silence. That at least redraws. Gives us some more loots. Although I guess more loots aren't very useful, right? In fact, whatever I'm getting with this, I'm probably going to be looting away. I've already played, what, 1 Glittering Wish or 2? I've played 1 Glittering Wish. I think I'm actually just getting, like, Abrupt Decay here, because I'm pretty sure we're just looting away whatever we get here. I guess I can get another Ascendancy in case all of my loots are bad. No, I'm just going to get Abrupt Decay. That's fine. Let's go blue, this. I'm gonna cast this. Some more triggers. Only 29 cards left in our deck. Most of them are spells at this point. Green, make white. Get another untap. I'd like to loot, please. Looking for a Nagging Thoughts. Glittering Wish just isn't good at this point. We're gonna need a Glittering Wish. Yeah, Nagging Thoughts. Sweet. So Nagging Thoughts nets us cards because it allows us to loot it away while still drawing a card since it is Madness. So that's why we're looking for Nagging Thoughts. When your bottleneck is cards mid-combo, you're interested in finding Nagging Thoughts because you get to loot it away, generating card advantage through its Madness trigger. So I'd like to cast this Nagging Thoughts. Sure. Please triggers on the stack. Like to make blue mana. Like I said, with double Ascendency, double Dork, mana is definitely not our bottleneck, right? I guess I'm just looking for more Nagging Thoughts or Glittering Wish at this point. Actually, Glittering Wish is lethal at this point, right? So I just want to, like, dig for that. The next Glittering Wish is lethal because they're at 11, and I have 11 power caryatids. So why do we not play Ideas? Because Ideas Unbound is much worse when you're not mid combo. So Ideas is very good when you're comboing and it nets you a lot of cards, but usually you don't need +3 cards. Like, I'm actually not going to loot here because I really don't need anything else. No. And then this is going to resolve and put the Glittering Wish on top of my deck, and then this is going to loot, and I'll bin this Manamorphose, and this comes into play. Yeah, they're dead. They are in fact dead. I'm just going to have to click through it a little bit here. So do this. Just going to say no a whole bunch here. Things get bigger. Blood, right? Use a creature I control, deal damage to you. Triggers. Death comes for all of us. OP sooner than others. Don't need to loot. Don't need to loot. Alright, say no, I don't want to redirect to Liliana. You are dead. Alright, so Magic the sideboarding. So my game plan in these matchups is to cut these 6 and bring in these 6. A lot of times these decks overboard the graveyard hit against us anyways, which makes Fate Stitcher worse. I guess I could leave 1 Stitcher and trim a Revival. Although Revival's nice for rebuying Crusader after they discard it. So now I'm going to leave the Revivals. Yeah, it's just clean swap here. So we can still combo with this core, right? But the stick Marion Crusader and then beat them down, or stick Mystic Enforcer and beat them down, I think is a plan. It's a little bit worse against Absan than it is against like Grixis Shadow, because they have Lingering Souls that can block, but I think it's still a real plan. There's a real possibility they trim some souls post board too, because it's just kind of a slow card against our combo deck. Yeah, this is guttural response for when you really want to stop Jeskai. I mean, that Glittering Wish was a good draw. We did flood out a lot, right? Why not Visions from Beyond over Cerulean Wish? So those cards do different things. Visions from Beyond generates you card advantage mid-combo. Cerulean Wisps generates us extra mana. So Cerulean Wisp with 1 mana creature jumps you from 1 mana to 2 mana because it costs 1 mana, it untaps with this, and then it untaps itself. And again, Ancestral Visions is a card that's like good while you're mid combo, but playing a bunch of bad cards playing a bunch of cards that are bad when you're not comboing to maximize mid combo when you're likely to win the game anyways is not great. Do you need more berries? You want more berries? I think we're almost out of berries. The rest of them. Alright, let's last the strawberries, buddy. Enjoy. Yeah, it's keep. It's gonna suck when they discard spell our Serum Visions, but I'm not mulliganing the sand in a million years. How often you cast the Flesh at never? Never. You don't? All right, so this is getting breeding pool. Then we're digging for lands with the Serum Visions. Anoronics, look at that, you just paid for a bunch more berries. Thanks for cheer, bud, I really appreciate that. Welcome. So 4 looks at some lands here. Ideally we want like 2 to 3 more lands with this hand, so hopefully we find lands or cantrips. That's tough. Am I going bottom here? I'm gonna go bottom here because I'd like to hit the land naturally. It might be greedy. We get 1 more look technically if we keep the opt, but it puts us really far behind if we're just opting next turn. So I think I want the higher variance, higher reward play here. Yeah, actually we talked about that. I said I wouldn't play those. Ding, fries are done. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't answer what? The Goryo Vengeance, I'd probably play it straight blue-red, honestly, Jed. I'm not sure the Goryo's Vengeances did enough. I feel like they have to have a Liliana here, the way they just didn't do anything for the first couple of turns. Hey, Professor Yana. Close to having dealt with you for 2 years. Welcome back, I do appreciate it. Edicted here, I assume. Yep. Land. Tilt. I'm gonna cast this Manamorphose and try and hit a land drop. Make green white. Hey, your move, Kaiba. So we'll both discard this turn. I'll probably bin this Glittering Wish. We get to jam the Mirian Crusader next turn. My chat on screen not working? No, it is. Good. All right. They kept Lingering Souls in. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, that's a beating. Yeah, that's a huge beating. I mean, I guess. They want to trade their Liliana for this, I'm fine with that. I think the Bant Nightfall is one of the many tier 2 decks that seems fine in the format. Honor is a format full of people playing tier 2 decks. It is reasonably competitive. Hopefully I don't have a follow-up Liliana here. I think I was okay with that trade. Next turn we get to look at 4 cards for more lands. We get to go Draw Step, Abundant Growth, Opt. If they have a threat here, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Just Souls, Flashback Souls isn't too bad. Start with this. Bottom that as much as that sucks. Start this. I think that's probably going to be the game. Maybe I don't want these Crusaders in my deck in this matchup. Well, I guess they wouldn't be much better as Fate Stitchers here, huh? Yeah, they wouldn't be much better as Fate Stitchers, so I guess they're fine. I think we had to hit the land there, or we're just going to be too far behind. They get to put more pressure into play. I should have conceded before that resolved. Should have conceded before that resolved. That was a mistake. We're not winning this game. Democracy for Blue Steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks for the bits. I do appreciate that. Let's bump Blue Steel up there. Gonna do a Legacy Day this week. We got a bunch of Legacy ones in there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how I boarded. I think I am. I don't know, they're pretty hostile towards my mana creatures. What do I think? Do I want Mirian Crusaders even though they left Lingering Souls in? Or do I want So I want Fate Stitchers. I could see this going either way. I think maybe I don't want the Abrupt Decays. They're pretty unlikely to have hate pieces in their deck, right? What do you feel about like this? Are the Abrupt Decays worth it? I guess killing Tarmogoyf buys us a lot of time. I guess Fate Stitcher like diddles their creatures too. Yeah, I'm gonna try leaving the Fate Stitchers in. Against Death Shadow, I definitely board in the Decays, but their deck's a little bit different because Crusader's better against them. I don't actually think Decay for Liliana is super important. Yeah, I mean, Robots is always one of the better decks in the format. So going to game 3 here. Pretty easy mulligan. Oh, this hand's not exciting either, but I don't think I can go lower than this in a matchup like this. Gonna top that. Probably gonna lose my wish here. We're gonna go Temple Garden, Island, cast Nagging Thoughts probably. I want to draw this land that's on top of my deck. I just want a green source in case I draw a dork. Yep. Yep. Probably want to opt at their end step. Let's see what they do for their turn. Hopefully we can dodge Liliana and stuff here. Alright, it's on a Liliana. They could have Abrupt Decay here. Really not looking for another Caryatid. Crusader's a good hit though. Pass back here. My opponent has a mana up for their Scavenging Ooze activation, so that's not actually an option available to us. This can eat any card out of a graveyard. It's not just creatures. I'm not going to play this Birds of Paradise out because my opponent could very realistically have Damnation in their deck. I don't think I really want to play into that. Do I not want to play into that? I guess if they Damnation, it gets rid of their skews too. Yeah, I'm going to play it. He's dead, Jim. That's actually an okay push for me, because it likely means that they don't have You don't have a Damnation in their hand. Because, like, if they were going to untap in Damnation, why would they push my thing? I guess it means their Scavenging Ooze is large enough to attack into my Sylvan Caryatid now, though, which is kind of unappealing to me. Yeah, I think I messed up. Playing the bird was bad, not only because of potential damnation, but also because it lets the Scavenging Ooze start beating me down. Monastery Mentor requires you to have like 5 mana when you play it, so it's pretty bad. Like if they have a spot removal, you just get like 1 token left over, so it's not particularly appealing in that aspect. Yeah, that bird was incorrect because it grew the Scavenging Ooze. Probably lose a Manamorphose here. Yeah, I think they all work pretty well with Ascendency. It's possible I should have like cycled aggressively through these Manamorphose. Do that now, actually. Do I want to hold this? I don't think so. Like, if I would have just never played that bird out, my opponent would be in a pretty bad spot. They just wouldn't have any pressure. They wouldn't be in a bad spot, but they wouldn't be able to attack me, right? And I'd be pressuring them with this Mirroring Crusader. I assume they just have, like, more spot removal in their hand here. We're really just looking for, like, more Mirroring Crusaders or a Glittering Wish. Playing this land out is good for us, because it means if we draw a copy of Glittering Wish, we can go Glittering Wish, play Mystic Enforcer in the same turn. It's possible I'm just supposed to, like, cast this Noxious Survival, like, put a Fatal Push on top of my opponent's deck. Find the Engineered Explosives here. Feels like an X spell. Hey, Apollon89, brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. As always, subs are the best way you can support my content here. Hey, J-Trip. Hope you're feeling a little better. Welcome. Yep. The old Magic Online tell. Because holding this has some value if I draw like an Ascendency, Tom. Not just like completely free roll. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that bird in case we draw an Ascendency. Like, if I draw an Ascendency, I need a card in my hand to loot with once I cast this Noxious Revival. So. Alright, now I'm gonna cast this to try and put a brick on top of their deck. They're probably just gonna eat whatever I try to put on top of their deck here, too, with their Scavenging Ooze. So, it probably doesn't matter. But we'll see. Let's flood it out a little bit this game. Couple too many mana creatures. Yeah, they just exiled their thing. Need a little bit more action through like, what, 20 some cards? Bottomed a couple here and there. They get to crank this up to a 5/5 and like slam into us twice. We really need to hit another copy of Mirroring Crusader here. The Glittering Wish isn't going to do it really. I guess Glittering Wish gets Abrupt Decay, which is okay. That, I mean, that's technically a thing that's okay, because it can diddle the Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I agree, Bob. I concur with that assessment. Yeah, probably Rogue. I don't know. I'm pretty resigned to losing this game. I don't think it really matters. Maybe I shouldn't be resigned to losing this game. If I still had a Noxious in my hand, I'd feel better right now. This is probably just going to get Abrupt Decayed. Like, they're holding a bunch of cards, so, like, probably have Decays or Maelstrom Pulses or, like, Disenchants. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Can I diddle you, Scavenging Ooze? Can I touch you in your naughty spot? Your no-no place? Rats. Need a Glittering Wish for an Abrupt Decay. Likely very dead. Get a Chump Block here, dead to a Liliana. Game's opponent. We flooded out a little bit there. We drew almost as many lands as they did, and our deck certainly has less of them. Also saw a touch more cards. That's tough beat. It's the next card, but we're gonna have to beat the Liliana too there, so like probably a close game. That matchup's probably close with a little bit hard. I wouldn't be surprised if we're behind there. And the Mirroring Crusader plan Mystic Enforcers not nearly as good there as it is against Death Shadow. Grab our last match here before we play some Mardu Pile. That seems pretty bad, right? Just like too many lands. These are the hands that Gemstone Mines look real scary in. Would love to top a land there. Dismembered with a tilt. Bird of Paradise. So could be Eldrazi-tron, likely Green-tron though. Sylvan Caryatid is excellent. Just digging for a green source here. Perfect. Bottom that. Probably don't want that either, actually. Looking for an Ascendency to round out what we have going on here. Get Tron next turn or not? Need a mine. By need a mine, I mean they probably already have it. Nope, they needed it. All right. I think this deck's fine to play in Magic Online. This deck's obnoxious to play in any format. Like, if you play it in paper, you're gonna have to manually keep track of a bunch of stuff, so... It probably looks like Mono Greentron. And Mono Greentron's definitely a better matchup for us. Ascendency? Mono Greentron's definitely a better matchup for us than what's it called is. This lets us keep our land, which is nice. Glittering Wish. Yep. Alright, go grab Ascendency here. And then, hopefully they don't Oblivion Stone, and we get to kill them next turn. Good old fair turn 5 kill. Some more democracy bits for Green White Liege. Hey, alcohol. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate that. Kick that up the list. I think we're gonna do a Legacy Day tomorrow, but we'll probably hit the Modern one, more Modern on Wednesday, or sorry, Thursday. So hoping to dodge O-Stone here. Or if they have O-Stone, hope they don't have a land so they can't activate it. Karn uptick is kind of annoying. Fortunate. Yeah, like almost certainly have a land, yep. Glittering Wish? Hey! Hey! That's like still just like kinda medium. Because it means I'm gonna lose my Sylvan Caryatid, which sucks. Means I have to lose my Sylvan Caryatid, which sucks. I'm gonna start with Opt. Let's see where we go from there. Just bottom a land, draw the same land. Classic Moto. Would love to use this ability. We're actually not in a good spot here. So we found the answer for the Oblivion Stone, but we flooded so much that even once I get this Ascendancy set up, I'm not going to have a lot going on. I bottom flooded Strand, sure. We've seen like over 50% lands for another game in a row. That was the old standard Ascendancy decks, I believe. I'm gonna be wear-tearing anyways, so I'm just gonna go ahead and block here. Because they're gonna crack this when they... I guess actually I don't want to... I want to take this because then this forces them to crack it, so they have to leave mana up for it. Because if they don't crack it, I have a pretty good chance to kill them next turn if they just, like, let me wear-tear it. Oh, that's probably good in the wish board. That's probably good in the wish board. I mean, we can't beat Ballista anyways, so like, you don't play around shit you can't beat. It's just like Magic 101. Just like can't beat Ballista anyways, so like don't even talk about it. So we need to hit like, we need to get pretty lucky on these hits here. We need to run off a spell into loot, into Fate Stitcher, find another spell with that spell that cantrips. Anyone know what that spell's called? Hydroform. That's probably reasonable. That's probably a card I should just... I've wanted a mana dork I could wish for, and that definitely fits the bill. Are dead. That's fine. This matchup's decent for us overall, I think. The Frontier Ascendency deck. I want to change how I boarded. Yeah, Silence probably isn't good enough here. I don't know, is Silence good enough here? That's the question, right? Like, this card can randomly time walk them, which I think is probably fine. Noxious Survival probably isn't very good in this matchup. Bring in Silence, bring in a Decay. Decay's like okay, sometimes we gotta answer Oblivion Stones like we did last game. Hydroform. That seems sweet. I like that it's basically a dork with haste. No, I don't think Swan Song's very good. Swan Song doesn't counter artifacts. It's only instants, sorceries, and enchantments. Sometimes they have random things like Chalice, sometimes taking Oblivion Stone off the table is important, sometimes killing Relic is useful. Don't worry, I always think it counters artifacts too. It's such a weird card, the way it's templated. Such a weird card. Yeah, Hydroform's a card. I'm gonna put that in my sideboard and remember to test it next time. Throw that in there for now. Forget about it. It's really good with Abundant Growth because then it makes mana of any color, like a Rainbow Dork. Gets to loot as well. I wonder if that card is just playable in my main deck. I wonder if that card is playable in my main deck. The card seems really good the more I think about it. This hand's tough. I guess I have Serum Visions to try and find a dork. It's like fetch Breeding Pool Visions for a dork. Alright, we drew a Time Walk. Probably not the worst. Keep the Serum Visions, bottom the Opt. I think I'm gonna save my... I mean, I probably should have kept the Opt, actually. Probably should have kept the Opt. I'm gonna fetch Hallowed Fountain here. And then... I'm gonna save my Silence as a Time Walk for next turn, I think. Don't want either of these cards. Or are they green-black Tron? They have discard spells post-board? Discard spell's gonna feel real bad here. I was definitely playing like they were green Tron. Huh, the Dismember threw me off. Interesting. Okay. Really, really wish I would have kept the Glittering Wish on top now. There's Glittering Wish here. It's a good draw. I am not going to silence this turn. They probably need to set up Tron. If they have Tron naturally, I'll be a little sad, but I think I want to save the silence to time walk them next turn when they're more likely to have Tron. I wonder if Hydroform is just like main deckable. It's nice because it's a dork that triggers Ascendency. well, they had the Tron naturally. That's what they do. Ascendency? Glittering Wish. That's like technically an Ascendency, right? But they hit the Oblivion Stone because I'm a donkey. Like I have to spend this Glittering Wish killing their Oblivion Stone now. Just cast Time Walk. This is the 5th match in this league, C. Thomas. What's up, Jake? You want your pillows? Your brick. You want these pillows? Continue flooding and dying. Man, I should go back and look how many of these games we've just had, like, a ridiculous amount of lands. I guess that's better than a random, technically speaking. Probably dead next turn when they can play spells. Alright, I'm done. Magic's a lot easier when you don't draw lands. So, that's how the beats go sometimes. Close that league for now. Yeah, maybe we'll try this at some point. I don't know. At any rate, we're gonna try this Mardu Madcap deck next.